Hey there, welcome back to Reddit Stories, Cookie Edition. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more Reddit stories. My infidelity stories so far. I, 48 male, discovered 9 months ago today that my wife, 50-ish female, of just about 18 years had been cheating on me for a few months. I discovered out when the wife of the guy with whom my wife was cheating on me contacted. She also provided me screenshots of many messages exchanged between my wife and her spouse. When I told my wife about this knowledge and the messages, she said, I f*** get up. We fought for a week or two, I won't lie, I don't remember the time so well since I was so enraged, and ultimately began MC and IC. I wish I could say everything is okay now, but that would be a lie. Has my wife cheated on me since then? I'm not sure. I don't believe she has since she has been extremely open about everything she does, and I have complete access to her phone, social media accounts and so on. What's the issue? I'm not sure how to trust someone who does something like that. I don't like or want to go through her belongings. I don't believe a relationship should have such a low level of trust. I'm not going to pretend our marriage was perfect before the affair. We both experienced troubles, some of mine since I work so much in a profession that I'd like not to divulge. My wife suffers from depression, and we care for her elderly mother. But no matter how bad things got, I always hoped we'd get through it, just like any other time. Then, in a single phone call, my whole life crumbles around me. Even now, 9 months later, I find myself weeping for no apparent reason or struggling to catch my breath. In less than 3 years, I will be able to retire. We were planning to sail throughout the Caribbean and vacation for a few years. Now, I'm at a loss. The aforementioned messages were just sent a few days ago, and my wife claims she was only intimate with her AP 3 times. That doesn't make things any better, I know. To the best of my knowledge, my wife has been as forthright as she possibly could be. Our therapist told us that she had to answer any question I asked honestly, no matter how horrible it made her appear or how much it hurt me. I've interrogated her many times just to see whether she's telling the truth or if she's trying to recall which lie to tell. My wife insists she wants to salvage our marriage above everything else. She seemed truly sorry for her acts, but I can't help but question whether she's sorry for her conduct or sorry she was discovered. The writings I saw were, to put it mildly, the most terrible thing I have ever read. Her AP informs her in them that he believes his wife knows. My wife is unconcerned with my finding out at this stage, and even proposes burner phones. There was a lot in those writings, but this is going too lengthy. To cut a long tale short, my wife was only concerned about me finding out when her AP wife contacted her and said she was going to tell me. Even back then, it was please don't let my mother and children live here. I don't know what will happen to us or where we'll go. Please do not inform my spouse since I do not want to lose him. When I brought this up with my wife, she claims she didn't want the AP wife to know because it would hurt her personally and she was looking for pity for our kids. Did you worry about injuring her child? I ask. This, of course, does not go down well. As I previously said, we had been experiencing problems for quite some time prior to the affair. For over 3 years, we had only had sporadic personal encounters. This was her idea. I work weird hours, but she is a stay-at-home mom. She gradually began sleeping later and later throughout the day and staying up late at night. We were fortunate if we were intimate once a month at the time of the affair. I should mention that my wife suffers from painful intercourse as a result of chemotherapy she had years ago. Anyway, I was trying to be helpful, but I was getting annoyed and making snarky things. I also recommended that we try something else. So now we've arrived to my wife cheating on me because she believes I just want her for. Which irritates me because who remains with someone for 20 years, totaling 18 marriages, simply to have. It also irritates me that you began paying attention to a man you hardly knew, had met 3 months before to the affair, and who was married, and you believe he didn't simply want you for. Oh, and my wife first said, we didn't have. Okay, Bill Clinton. I exclaimed. That's the essence of my narrative anyhow. We're still attempting to reconcile 9 months later, but I honestly don't know if I'm capable of forgiving anything like this. I've had arguments with both my therapist and my wife about the term mistake. Now, I'm hardly the brightest tool in the shed, but a mistake to me is when you attempt to accomplish something expecting a certain result and don't receive it. Which irritates my wife since she always apologizes and claims she made a mistake. To which I reply, you were aware that you were married and that he was married to someone else. Even yet, you choose to indulge in that repulsive act. Other than his wife catching her disgusting, please explain what went wrong. Don't get me wrong, I still adore my wife and will most likely continue to do so till the day I die. I believed I discovered my soulmate like an idiot. Yes, we've had our ups and downs, but I always believed that we could get through anything together. My wife asks why we can't go through this together, which prompts me to respond that we should have been trying to get through all the other that led to you cheating together, but instead you decided to get through it with someone else. I know I'm contradictory and probably seem mad, but I adore her. I'm simply so broken that I don't know what I actually want. When I look at her, I remember how much I adore her. Then there are moments when I look at her and see a filthy betrayer and am physically revolted by her. I know that my grief often manifests as rage because things will be going well, and then I will suddenly become numb towards her. I may literally be thinking something nice about her, and nearly smiling then, all of the trash from the messages, all of the conflicts over the previous 9 months, all of the anger for what she has done to us, our family, and myself comes flooding through my head. And at that second, I despise her to the core. It will only last a few minutes, the deep hatred, but it will make my head do a 180 and say nay. Leave her alone. If anybody needs further information or updates, I'll do what I can as soon as I can. I wasn't searching for help, but I decided it was only right that I share my experience because I've been lurking on and off on site since D-Day. I'm amending this since I see I've created some misunderstanding. My WS first said that they did not have. I don't believe people understood what I was implying when I said, okay, Bill Clinton. She acknowledged to having oral, which is why she made the Bill Clinton connection. We've missed a number of therapy sessions due to my employment, not because of hers or the therapist's. She's been brutally honest about what happened. I suppose she may attempt to conceal anything, but I don't see why. Everything she has acknowledged to is enough to make her appear bad. She gave me full access to all of her social media platforms, email accounts, and phone, and she instantly went full NC with the AP. She's also often asking what more she can do. I'm at a loss on what to ask for. She seldom leaves the home and lets me trace every step she takes, as well as checking in regularly while she is gone. I'm not justifying her, but I'm also not going to lie about her attempts. My main issue is that I sleep all the time. I know she is depressed, and excessive sleeping is a sign of sadness. The disagreement concerning a mistake was only resolved after a lengthy and grueling session in which I refused to back down and informed my WS and MC that I would not be held responsible for her actions. After I lost it on both of them, our MC confessed that error was an inadequate word to describe what had transpired. He has also said that what was done to me was traumatic, and he has called my WS out on her nonsense. In my judgment, he has remained neutral. Divorce is not completely out of the question. As I said in a previous response, I reside in a no-fault divorce state, and the duration of our marriage ensures that my wife will be well rewarded if we split. She is aware of this since I told her that whether we remain together or split, she would not face any penalties for her conduct. She has answered that whether I believe her or not, she is suffering the penalties. To put it mildly, our 18-year-old children are enraged with her. Her family is quite dissatisfied with her. Most of our common acquaintances refuse to speak with her. And, most significantly, she says she has to spend the rest of her life knowing how she has destroyed me and witnessing what she has transformed me into. All of them are her words, not mine. She says she is embarrassed and wishes she could take it all back when she looks at me, but she knows she can't undo the past. When I say what she's turned me into, I mean the difficulty to sleep, the incapacity to walk around furious, or the need to go someplace alone to weep. Jealousy, distrust, and poor eating habits. I read every answer, and whether I agree or disagree with what is written, I sincerely appreciate all of the criticism. As I have said, I am just astounded by the volume of answers that have come in so quickly. Thank you everyone for your encouragement and support. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Reddit stories.